Now, this is, I mean, I could sit here all day and talk about the thought-provoking questions you have in your book and statements that you share. But one in particular popped out at me, where you say, have you ever stopped to consider the number of choices you make daily? I mean, and when I read that, Dennis, I stopped and I went, oh my Lord. Like, I don't think we actually think of it until until we read your book and hear it or somebody says it. And then since then, I've started to do that, as well as be here now and take a deep breath, like consciously take a deep breath, because this goes right into all these unconscious choices we make. Yeah. Why do we make so many? I mean, just like almost like we're on autopilot all the time.
We are.
Why?
We are on autopilot because it's easier to live on autopilot than it is to live consciously in the moment. We make choices from the time we get up in the morning to what side of the bed you're going to get out on, what clothes you're going to put on, what food you're going to put into your stomach. You know, we make choices on which direction we're going to take on the highway to get to wherever we're going. You can't not make choices. It's kind of like you can't not think. You know, you're making choices every moment of the day. The question is, are you making intelligent choices based on the process of thinking them through before you act? You know, and that's where a lot of people, and there's no need to do that with every choice we make. Obviously, a lot of choices we make are on autopilot because they're no-brainers. You don't really need to think about them. You know, well, yeah, if I'm wearing black slacks, I'm going to wear black socks, you know. I don't really make a lot of well, should I choose maybe the brown socks or the yellow socks to go with that? No, I think that's pretty obvious. Black goes with black. But then there's other choices that we make, such as when we're in a conversation with somebody who maybe has pushed our buttons, and we're at a point where we're being evoked to respond in a supercharged, perhaps angry way. And if we could take a deep breath right there and run a dress rehearsal in our head about the consequences of this choice I'm going to make, about how I'm going to respond to this person, and look at the consequences of it before we speak, then we may choose to speak differently. We may make another choice to speak it, what we're going to say, in a different way. So we're making choices all day long. The question is, how many of them are conscious choices? We do that a lot with food. A lot of us people were so programmed to eat that we don't really think about what we're putting in our mouth. But if you'd stop and really give consideration to the choices you're making about your diet, you might make different choices. If you were really conscious and give enough thought to each choice that you make about what you put in your mouth, is this conducive? Does this honor my body temple? You know, or is this just meet my immediate gratification for a need for a quick fix? You know, so the choice is. How many people have made wrong choices in selecting the person they marry and live with for the rest of their lives because they weren't thinking the process through? I mean, the divorce rate is over, 50 or 60% because people make bad choices. And then they don't honor the choices they make. So...